So, can day trading make you rich? Really? I wish I had a really short answer for that. Unfortunately, I do not. Mostly, I would say it kind of depends on what your idea of rich is. I'd like to think, there's like two different ways that you can think about rich. There's, how much money that you make, how much you can use to spend on other stuff, which probably will end up being liabilities, or the type of lifestyle that you can get, and to the extent of freedom. And I would say that's the main reason why most people, including myself, started doing day trading, just for the freedom that it can allow you. You have the freedom of lifestyle, where to live, you have more choice. You choose when to wake up, when you can go to sleep, what you can do throughout the weekday. But, realistically, people want a really quantitative answer to that. I would say, realistically, especially in a month, if you have 2 or 3% in a month, I would say that's a pretty good month. And I would say the main problem is capital. After, let's say that you have the mindset down and then you have a profitable strategy, the amount of capital that you have to build up over time is going to have to be significant. And how long that can take, let's say to the point to where you get $250,000 in capital, that can vary a lot. So that's why I would say, on top of, learning day trading or becoming better as a day trader, I'd normally advocate not only being better at the profession that you're currently in, but also doing, another side hustle or business. Side hustles, I don't really like the idea of a man, because you're not really like mentally taking something like that seriously. And to be taking day trading seriously, you need to have a serious amount of capital to be able to make the amount of money that realistically you can live off of. So let's say that you actually took day trading seriously. It can be years before you ever start to see yourself become profitable. Fortunately enough for me, I want to say it took around 2.5 years before I actually started to gain money, and then I saw some traction, and there was a development in the mindset, which I'm going to say is much more important than the actual skill itself. So worst case scenario, if you don't do that after 5 or 6 years, at least you have another form of income if you spent that time also developing some kind of business or something else that generates income. But realistically, though, day trading itself can't really generate income. I also made a video previously about this. I'll link it down in the description box if you want to see it. So let's say that, you spend all that time and you start to see some kind of development, but let's say that you don't. Let's say that you're at, the 5 or 6 year plus mark in day trading, and you're still not really seeing money come in. There's not a very high success rate in this profession. You can look at other ones as well. You have washout rates for people that are in medical school. If you do it for the wrong reasons, man, you're going to find out really quickly, especially, in other industries like medicine. And that in itself is a blessing, because in day trading, you can start off immediately. You can't just put in the hours, get A's, and then eventually reach the point years and years later. Thankfully, or hopefully enough, you're not going to be in debt at this point. If you go to university, though, unfortunately, the way that the U.S. school system works, you will be. Which is another reason why I advocate start another business or have another skill on top of day trading, so that at least worst case scenario, you still have something else you could fall back on, and you didn't experience the feeling of just wasting years of your life that you will never get back. So eventually you do become good. And what does it take to be good? You have the skills and the knowledge. Those are kind of the two, or the skills and the mindset. Those are the two things that really you do need. And the mindset is much more important. The reason why that is because if you have the skill to make money, but you don't possess the mindset, like a wealth generating mindset, what happens is you just purchase liabilities. So that's why you see some of these guys, especially in sports or in entertainment, that will make tons of money within a short period of time, and then they go out and they buy liabilities. They have a bunch of cars and houses and stuff, but they never bought any assets. And then eventually, especially in sports, if you get a concussion or something, or if you suffer an injury, that's probably not going to help. What are you going to have to show for it afterwards? You're going to be bankrupt after that. So how much capital? I would say, as soon as you start to hit the 6-figure mark, of course, that is a significant number in psychology. Most, especially when it comes to trading, whole numbers is a highly psychological component. Sorry about that. So if you get to the $100,000 mark, you definitely made some traction, man. Because if you can get to that period, eventually you can get to $1 million. It's normally the first $100,000 in wealth that is normally the most challenging. But it starts to get to the point, the $200,000-$300,000 a mark, especially for swing trading. If you hit like 2 or 3% on that, dude, that is 10, 15 grand plus. You can live basically anywhere in the world at that point. You can live. There's only so far of like the standard of lifestyle that you can improve on. It doesn't really get more significant than that unless you're trying to own a fucking yacht or something, which I don't even have a car right now. And I would say life honestly couldn't be better. Life is much more simple, it's more peaceful, and that's kind of the way that I wanted it to be. The biggest risk, I would say, when it comes to day trading, or at least the journey of learning it, is yourself. So there's actually a quote by Sun Tzu in The Art of War. It's knowing yourself and knowing your opponent, and you need not fear the result of 100 battles. And you would be surprised how few people actually truly know themselves. So let's do like a thought experiment real quick. Every single day that you sit down at the charts, and every single time that you put in a trade, sure, like you're battling other people, literally. That's millions of people or bots or institutions putting in orders. But every single time you put in an order, you are also challenging yourself, or you are trying to prove if you can defeat yourself or if you're going to be defeated by yourself. And especially when it comes to emotions. That's why this profession dictates that you have to have a mastery level over your emotions. And I would say that's definitely something that's benefited me in life, not just in day trading, because as soon as you master your emotions, that's something that only you yourself will be able to control. So on top of that, what else do you need? Well, a fuckload of money, apparently. The mindset that it takes to become a day trader. There aren't really any specific types of platforms or strategies. I know that some people, they use certain types of order blocks, especially if you're a scalping trader. There's so much shit that you need to legitimately be a solid scalping trader for most people to become successful. That's why normally I also advocate at least take a look into intraday or swing trading, because you have more time to think about the trade and to execute it. And especially, if you were the type of kid when you were younger who stayed in, or if you read books or played video games, there is a stronger chance that you would be a better swing or intraday trader, as opposed to, if you like to go outside a lot, or if you played sports, then maybe scalping could be for you. I wasn't that kind of kid, dude. I was indoors all the way. But full time, you're probably not going to be able to do it unless you wind up being one of these guys to work at the New York Stock Exchange, or if you end up working for Citibank or something like that. There's no way that you're going to be able to trade full time. In fact, the more that you end up trading, the more that you're going to be losing money, because you are trying to force something that's not there. You got to sit down and take a look what the market has to offer you. And on top of that, I've really never met any successful long-term day trader that only did day trading. It was like I met a physician, and I met another guy who was also a banker. And these guys, on top of their professions doing medicine, they also owned real estate. They had tons of other shit that they were doing in their lives. And on top of that, most people don't get into day trading to do more, because you're still working, you're still trading time, which is something that you'll never get back. Of course, when you're first starting out, you got to put in the repetitions. You're going to have to spend thousands of hours looking at the charts. And eventually, you'll develop an intuitive sense of what it is that's happening. And only someone who's really put in years of doing this stuff can really confidently tell you that that's what it's going to take. As far as strategies go, I wouldn't say it really comes down to your preference, what does work for you. I mean, I know that you can go on YouTube and you can try out these different types of strategies. Some of them might work for you. I've seen strategies, I've seen people that were making 7 figures a year day trading, not selling courses, not even affiliate marketing with like a YouTube channel. There were actual traders making tons of money, and they showed me their strategy, and I tried it out, and it just didn't work for me. And that's not something that you can really understand until you're at least an intermediate level day trader. For example, my strategy is I do supply and demand on specifically the 30-minute time frame. But I also pair it with something else that really increases the accuracy of my trades, and it helps me set huge risk reward ratios, like 1-to-6 minimum. So I know if you have like a 1 RR, you can win 50% of your trades. And I think if you have like a 1-to-2 or 1-to-3, you can win 1 out of 3 of your trades and you'll still be profitable. Imagine the profit that you make with a 1-to-6 to 1-to-10 risk reward ratio. If that's something that you want to try out, I do have a Discord link in the comment section down below. Best community hands down that I've joined so far since I've been doing day trading, which is going on 11 years now. But looking back, it really doesn't feel like 11 years. I definitely enjoyed the journey a lot. In fact, I think I almost enjoyed the journey as much as I did I don't want to call it a destination, because it's kind of like when you learn a language or something. It's not like a finish line that you reach and all of a sudden you're fluent in a language. It's thousands or tens of thousands of small steps in the right direction. So as long as you're going in the right direction and you have discipline, and all you have to do is continue to go forward, not stop. You might slow down sometimes. That just happens in life. As long as you don't go backwards. There are tons of real examples of people that do make real money. I know it's kind of hard to see, because the main way for people to see is to go here on YouTube and you see these guys selling courses, or they have groups. That's understandable. I don't sell courses. I never will. Eventually, if enough people are interested in it, maybe I will make a YouTube video showing everything, I'd say, from beginning to end, that I can summarize in hopefully a few hours, and more importantly would actually help people, hopefully help them become profitable or become decent traders. If not, it'll set you in the right direction, and it'll save you fuckloads of money. There's guys charging like $3,000 or $4,000 for a day trading course. That's nuts, dude. Like, at least mentor someone or help them out along the way. By the way, if you guys need help with anything at all, go ahead and drop a comment down below, or go ahead and email me. I'll be setting up my newsletter soon. I really want to help out you guys with day trading and get you started in the right direction. And worst case scenario, I'll at least help you save time that you would have potentially wasted, money that you would have wasted on another course itself. But I want to be here to help you guys out and to set you off in the right direction. Anyway, guys, appreciate it for watching. Go ahead and smash the like button. It's helped me grow here on YouTube. I appreciate every one of you, especially the ones who are leaving comments. Some of the comments are pretty damn funny, but thanks for making my day. All right, later.